She mostly have nightmares. She lay her dreams. Her past reminds her of a child she once killed in hands. Her pain is very painful than that of a snake crawling on the floor, so it's not easy for her to forget about it. To her, it's that the little blood she poured is what she uses to mop her floor. Imagine the smell. She wishes she was dead. Her blood pours, she hopes it will one day cool when God gives another child. She asks, will the Almighty trust me the next time? I shouldn't have told her to do it. I shouldn't have told her to take it. Says a man who could sacrifice to see his soup on his bed. You know, a man's heart is small. His strength and power is in his muscles and sometimes his toes. So the littlest part in his heart, that's why the day child wins this hunting with it. He becomes a devil. If you ask him why, he will ask you, what's more painful than having a dead child who calls you daddy every night? It hates being a child sometimes, says a child who was once aborted. Those little children whimper, they don't drop tears because they are so small. They ask, what's more painful than being denied the ability to live by your own blood? I must have at least been born a zebra, like Kumba, father would have loved me. I must have at least been born a lion, fate would have made me Simba, or she could have buried my body, my blood, than being thrown in a pit where maggots feast day and night. It hates being a child sometimes. So you see, abortion really affects us very deep. The high chances of diseases when one thought she aborted a child, she aborted her womb, damaging her womb. So you see, the world becomes very dark for one to live in. The guilty makes one depressed. They are blinding, insecurity and the criticism it brings. The society screams out loud, Talukeni Kuluyo, she's filthy, dirty, she's a murderer. She has disrespected the art of womanhood. She has disregarded the value of motherhood. She's worthy not to have a child. Cursed be a woman. She becomes helpless. Drowned in a sea of depression, pain easily dissolves in her. Every time of the night when she gains sanity, she moans, by her eyes out, a rapper waiting tears. She remains. Her fate is that of a green turtle's egg, laid in a nest of sickness. Like a caged bird pleading for release, she pleads guilty, yet a prison is her heart. No lawyer to speak for her, there's no one to console her. When you look in her eyes, all you see is a drunk soul in a sober body. Man, he becomes heartless. He turns to his woman with boiling blood. You evil, heartless demon, you killer, he calls her. He turns her face into a skateboard of punches. It rips her like an orange. The chocolate she was melts in sadness. Her face, like a stone where we grind our maize. If there's a thing he compares her to, a tin, a chamber we use at night. He beats her, abuses her. He wishes she also died. The scars of gender-based violence. The air becomes very thick for one to breathe. It's like sleeping in the room with no windows and the only air you breathe is bitter, like the smell of the rotten body of a dead child. You know, every child, even those who are unborn, have a right to life. Exodus 20:13, and I quote, you shall not murder. In the state of taking in the bitter liquid, why not taking water? Give a child some life. I know the infects are eating you hard. You seek for forgiveness. You seek for rest. And I quote, Matthew 11:28, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I'll give you rest. If you are married and don't want to have a child, then condomize, says a wise man. But if you're not married, don't have sex, because that shit is dirty, like wearing a condom when masturbating. The infects may not show there and then, but know for sure the nemesis will soon catch up with you. As it is said, no matter how far a man can urinate, the last drop will always land between his feet. I'm nothing but a dry bone, yet a crown and a living being. I am Masawi.